God, there are a lot of flies here in the field. Sorry, guys. There are so many flies here. Oh, I'm really tired of those flies. Hello. So today I am in upstate New York. Who is not familiar with New York? Basically, New York is not only the city that most of the people know about it, but New York is a huge state, which is really very, very big. You probably need like 6 or 7 hours to cross it all. And here, like what's typically called upstate New York, is like the area north of New York, which is like 2-3 hours. So here in upstate New York, there is a very cool art center, which is called Art Omi. This is the outdoor art center. It's not very famous here. I think the most famous one is the Storm King, which is located probably like 40 minutes from New York City. This one is more like 2 hours, 30 minutes of drive, or you can actually take a train to the town of Hudson and then an Uber for like 10-15 minutes drive from there to get here. And there's like a big, I don't know, field, mountain. So basically it's a big area where there are a lot of arts, and I want to show you all of that today and explore there with you, because I've never been here before, despite I passed this place probably like dozen of times, as I love this area and I like to ride motorcycle or drive car, hiking, kayaking. Just it's amazing outdoors area, and I love upstate New York, and specifically like the area of the Catskills Mountains. So let's go. Visiting Art Omi means that you're just gonna walk on the grass fields. It's approximately 1.2-1.3 mile circle, and it contains 15 art objects that you're going from one to another. There is an audio guide available on the phone app, so you can basically learn about every art as you go and just tap on your phone. Since it's outdoors, you should always check the weather and, you know, being dressed comfortably and appropriate to the weather. It's not like conditioned museum inside, so probably the best time to visit is fall, when it's not too hot, as there is no shade here in the field. And you know, it's a beautiful cloudy day today, and I'm very happy I'm here now. There are no people, it's a weekday, so I'll definitely gonna explore all of it, and let's stop at the most interesting arts that I'm gonna tell you what they are. One of the other things that I really like about this place is that it's not as busy as the Storm King, where it's pretty impossible to get an online reservation, as it's very close to New York City and everybody tries to go there, especially during COVID, when people started appreciating more the outdoor activities. God, there are a lot of flies here in the field. Sorry, guys. So yeah, here is more empty. They still require the online reservation for the weekends, as I understand it gets more crowded, but for the weekdays, you see, basically I'm here alone, and there in the cafeteria there's like 2 groups of people, and that's it. Entry fee, so they have suggested donation, which means that there is no firm entry fee. Their suggested donation is $10. You can give them as low as $1, or you can give them $100, whatever you wish. They don't care, as I understand. And that's kind of a practice in a lot of New York museums, where you can like pay as you wish. I remember it used to be in Metropolitan Museum, New York City. Not sure if it's still the same, because I heard that it was changing, but maybe it is. So I was talking for a while here, and now we arrived to one of the first cool art objects. There is some kind of the labyrinth here, and I need to take my app and to listen what is this about. You know, it's funny, but this thing is not on the app. I didn't find that art object in the app to listen or to read about it. Not sure why. There is no name there either. So let it be a no-name art object. Another interesting piece here that looks like 4 pieces of ruins are actually the water fountains, so you kind of can climb those pieces and drink water there. Yeah, it works. The next one is just like a concrete playground. I don't know what's wrong with the weather here. It's so hot and humid. Usually it's never like this in New York area, but the swing benches and the glass roof here is also the art object. It's called Bubble, Pummel and Pride 2. And the description, it says that there in the pond there should be like the little fountain that like bubbles, which unfortunately is not true because there is no fountain in this pond. But anyway, this place is really nice. It protects you from the rain if it's raining, and it's a very nice view here in a very kind of quiet corner of the field. It's interesting, you also can see by the marks on which bench people prefer to sit and have a nice view. The sun just came out, and with the sun this object looks even more interesting. Oh, that's nice. The art is made out of the railroad sleepers. Cool. Actually, you know, like those kind of things remind me a little bit of Michael Ken photography, where he has like all these very minimalistic pictures with some kind of fences in the snow or something. So that would a little bit remind me of that. Sign says architecture that way, so let's go into the woods to see architecture. Wow, this is awesome. You're just hiking in the woods and there is just like sculpture right here. I love this experience. Very cool. It's definitely a little bit more chill here in the forest, but still it's a very humid day. Okay, we came here again. Architecture is up there and around, so I would take the right here. This artwork is called the Underground Network of Wells and Tunnels. Not sure if I can really call it like a strong art. Sorry, no offense. I just personally don't like it, didn't understand it. Again, I'm not sure if I understood this one either, because yeah, interesting form. I would say the kind of composition is nice, penetrations in the metal steel sheet, okay, but listen here, the explanation. The project responds to the decorative exuberance of a demolished tea room on the grounds of the former mansion and reference tea fantasies from the tranquility of the Japanese tea ceremony to the psychedelia of the Alice in the Wonderland's tea party. Honestly, not sure if I got that reference about the tea. Maybe that perforated steel metal is like a tablecloth or something. Not sure, honestly. Is it an art object? Or actually everybody can make a performance there? There are so many flies here, it gets ridiculous. At some moment, like, I would need to record a piece of the video again because they're gonna be all in front of the lens and probably like looks horrible on the video. You know, like, first of all, I came here for one very specific art object that I know for a very long time about, but I never seen it in real life, and I'm very, very excited to see it. And I feel like, you know, any turn here I'm gonna see it, but it's not yet here, and I see everything else but that object. But I'm super excited to see that one. However, everything else here is also nice. Those are the pieces of the 40-year-old metal beams which were made in Ohio. All the interior walls of those bins are painted in the different shades of blue, which actually during the daytime you can like find one which matches the sky, and it kind of makes your view of the sky round. I think it's a great concept. Probably so far, before the object that I wanted to see, this would be my favorite one. And they have a hammock that you can lay down and check out which blue color is the one is today on the sky. I think kids gonna love this one a lot. And again, a little hike through the forest, and I'm like, is the object I want to see is next? Is it next? I can't see anything around here, but I hope the thing I want to see gonna be next. I put camera there to film how I'm walking, and it fell from the tree. See, camera is fine though. Right there on the hill, there is a house that I really wanted to see. But first, let me check out this very nice architectural form. I have to say, this one is also really nice. I like the form, I like the structure, color, how it appears on the green lawn. Very nice piece of architecture. I'm also a fan of this inner courtyard. Honestly, if that would be in my backyard, it would be a very cool place to have a fire pit in the middle, sit around here and watch the stars. Alright, let's go and see Reactor. That's the name of that building and art. Here it is. Such a beauty. This house is called Reactor. This is basically a habitable structure which was made by the architect Schweder and artist Shelley. And the whole idea of the house is that it needs to be communicated inside when you live in there. So basically the house can rotate 360 degrees depending on the wind, and also sitting on the 15 feet concrete column, it responds to the movements inside, and it kind of balances from left to right. So people who live inside, and if you're on one side and somebody is on the other side, you should be probably on the same distance from the center if you have the same mass, or I'm not sure what is kind of the weight of the objects inside, but basically as you move throughout the house, it's gonna tilt up or down. Artists actually lived here for a couple of days as a performance to show people how communication and basically living in this type of art form works. It looks like the house is actually very symmetrical, everything like mirrored from one side to another side, so it's easier probably to keep the balance. And in the center on one side there is a bathroom, and on the other side there is a kitchen. Really enjoyed this art. You know, it's very cool when there is a combo of architect and artist, and then you have something kind of functional with good idea, sense behind it. I think that's a really good quality of architectural art, and I would think that that art actually like depicts and gets the best out of idea of having like inhabitable sculpture or art. A lot of ideas you can talk about when you see that. It's about the balance, it's about communication, about living in the world we are right now, where, you know, everything is going up and down and spinning, and you actually need to communicate one with another very well to be in balance and to live a good quality life, because otherwise it brings you up, down, you don't know where it's gonna spin you next. But communication is the key, I believe. looked very carefully at this piece of art, and in my own interpretation would be that it reminds me of some kind of big factory that like pollutes a lot into atmosphere. But there is one interesting moment in this art, that there on the top there is a white toilet, and in my opinion this white toilet represents like how the factories used like to shit into atmosphere, polluting our planet. Not sure if that's what the artist meant to say, but that's what I understood looking at this art. There is just a little piece of wall here. I'm really curious what on the other side and which kind of art it is. That was a grocery list. You know, like there is that joke that no matter how good the marketing campaign is, it's like still weak against the man with the list of groceries. He's never gonna buy anything else which is not in his list, no matter how you put the products in the supermarket. Looks like there are gonna be some movie screening tonight. I don't know how you're gonna sit there with all those flies flying around. Oh, I'm really tired of those flies. I'm so sorry when you have some of them in some of the video clips that I made, because it was just like impossible to avoid. There were like whole clouds of them here. Whew, so good to be back in the car with the blasting AC. I'm really not made for the hot and humid weather. It reminds me of Southeast Asia, because in my memory everywhere where I've been there was like very hot and humid, and it seems like the same here right now. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please put the thumbs up if you like the video. Put the bell notification to be the first one who sees the next episode. Please share my video and my channel among your friends if you think it's good. And into the next one.